I even called up the radio station this morning. That's how passionate I am about this right now. And I was on there arguing with Ebro and Rosenberg and all of them about this whole topic because I think Eric Adams is getting railroaded right now. Daniel Blake back again, more content for the culture. And today we're going to talk about the feds indicting Mayor Eric Adams of New York City. And I'm going to have to do something I thought I would never do. And that's defend Eric Adams. I swear to God, I think that yes, Eric Adams got some dirt on him, but it's way deeper than what everybody's looking at it as. So let's check out this press conference. I even called up the radio station this morning. That's how passionate I am about this right now. And I was on there arguing with Ebro and Rosenberg and all of them about this whole topic because I think Eric Adams is getting railroaded right now. And this is just ridiculous how nobody else is just pointing out how blatant it is. It's just so point blank that you gotta call it for what it is. So let's get into this press conference that the feds rolled out with the indictment. But before we do that, the channel's growing, the Blake Check. We dropping content all the time right now. So please, man, help me grow, subscribe, hit that button, and I'm gonna keep the content going. Let's get into it.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for gathering. My name is Damian Williams. I'm a state's attorney here in the Southern District of New York. Today, we are announcing campaign finance, bribery, and conspiracy charges against Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City. As the indictment alleges, Mayor Adams engaged in a long-running conspiracy in which he solicited and knowingly accepted illegal campaign contributions from foreign donors and corporations. As we allege, Mayor Adams took these contributions even though he knew they were illegal. And even though he knew these contributions were attempts by a Turkish government official and Turkish businessmen to buy influence with him. We also allege that the mayor sought and accepted well over $100,000 in luxury travel benefits from some of the same foreign actors who arranged many of the illegal campaign contributions. These benefits included free international business class flights and opulent hotel rooms in foreign cities. The mayor had a duty to disclose these gifts on his annual public disclosure forms so that the public could see who was giving him what. But as we allege, year after year after year, he kept the public in the dark. He told the public he received no gifts, even though he was secretly being showered with them. We allege that Adams accepted these benefits knowing that they were given to him because of his position. And in exchange for some of those improper benefits, he intervened in the New York City Fire Department's inspection process for a building owned and operated by the Turkish government, allowing it to open even though it had not passed the fire inspection. The corruption alleged in the indictment is, as I said, long-running. As we allege in the indictment, Adams' solicitation of illegal campaign contributions began in 2018. After he started raising funds for his 2021 mayoral campaign, he agreed to take contributions offered by multiple Turkish businessmen, several of whom he met in Turkey. Adams knew that these wealthy individuals could not legally donate in a U.S. election. Federal law clearly prohibits foreign donations. That's how we protect our elections from foreign influence. Yet Adams directed his staff to pursue this illegal money to support his campaign for mayor. And as we allege, Adams continued to pursue foreign money in secret well into 2021. And it didn't stop with his first campaign for mayor. As we allege, in 2023, the mayor rekindled these corrupt relationships, seeking more illegal campaign contributions from some of the same foreign sources to support his re-election campaign. Adams also took contributions that broke other laws. As we allege, he sought contributions from businessmen far in excess of what the law allowed. He also allegedly sought contributions from corporations, which are not allowed to contribute.
So let's see, because now they said that he directed his staff to still seek those funds, knowing that he couldn't take them illegally. So maybe that sounds to me like there's somebody, either they got evidence on text or there's somebody in his circle who's now going to testify against him saying, I told him not to do it and he took it anyway. That's just my inference from everything.
At all in New York City elections. Many of those illegal corporate contributions were organized by the same people who organized the illegal foreign contributions. And Adams allegedly disguised them all in the same way, by accepting the money through so-called straw donors. A straw donor contributes someone else's money, hiding the money's illegal source, such as a foreign businessman, a corporation, or a wealthy New Yorker who has already contributed the maximum amount allowed. And as we allege, Adams circumvented all of these laws, taking contributions from exactly the sources the law prohibits, all to benefit his mayoral campaigns. Now, Adams also personally benefited from the illegal conduct alleged in the indictment. Adams solicited and accepted over $100,000 in luxury travel benefits for years from wealthy Turkish business people and at least one Turkish government official seeking to gain influence over him. Adams started accepting undisclosed luxury travel benefits at least as early as 2016. He took these benefits nearly every year through 2021. Here are some of the benefits that we uncovered during our investigation.
Here we go. Let's go. Come on with the good stuff, because they keep saying he took these luxury benefits. Let's hear about it. What he took.
2016, Adams flew to India through Turkey and received 2 free round-trip upgrades for business class seats. That's the highest class on Turkey's national airline. Those upgrades were worth more than $12,000, and none of it was publicly disclosed. In 2017, Adams accepted free business class tickets for himself and his travel companions to France, Turkey, and China. And he was put up in the Bentley suite in the St. Regis Hotel in Istanbul. All of that was worth more than $41,000, and none of it was publicly disclosed. Also in 2017, he flew to China, again, through Turkey, and accepted 2 free business class tickets for himself and a companion. Those were worth more than $16,000, and none of it was publicly disclosed. In 2018, he flew to Hungary through Turkey and accepted free upgrades for business class seats. Those were worth more than $12,000, and none of it was publicly disclosed. In 2019, he flew to Turkey and accepted a free upgrade to business class for his companion and a free stay in a lavish suite at the St. Regis Hotel in Istanbul. That was worth more than $9,000. And again, none of it was publicly disclosed. In 2021, Adams solicited business class tickets to Istanbul, stays at luxury hotels and resorts, yacht tours, and meals. As we allege, he asked to pay a nominal fee for all of this in order to disguise what we allege were in fact bribes. He canceled that trip at the very last minute, but the benefits that he solicited were worth more than $21,000. And later in 2021, Adams flew to Ghana, again, through Turkey, and accepted free business class ticket upgrades and other gifts while he was on a layover in Istanbul. Those benefits were worth more than $12,000. And just like all the other benefits I've just run through, none of it was publicly disclosed. Now, I want to be clear. These upgrades and freebies were not part of some frequent flyer or loyalty program available to the general public. As we allege, this was a multi-year scheme to buy favor with a single New York City politician on the rise, Eric Adams. Now, this is a chart with all of the undisclosed travel benefits that we uncovered during the investigation. We just list it all out here. You see the year, 2016, 2017, 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2 in 2021. The destination, India all the way to Ghana. The benefits, the free upgrades or free tickets altogether, the hotel stays, and the value. And if you just sum up all the dollar amounts here, you get to more than $100,000. And of course, as I said before, every single trip that we list here was undisclosed. As we allege in the indictment, in addition to not disclosing these benefits, Adams sometimes created fake paper trails to try to cover up the travel benefits he solicited and received. Let me give you one example. Adams wrote emails to his staff suggesting he paid for his 2017 business class flights on the Turkish airline when, as we allege, he did not. Those flights were worth a lot of money. Just one ticket alone cost more than $10,000. But months after taking the flights, Adams wrote an email to a staff member and told the staff member that he had left cash in her desk drawer and that she should send the money to the Turkish airline to pay for a trip he had already taken. As the indictment makes clear, that's just a clumsy cover-up. Now, just because Adams received benefits for free, that doesn't mean that there weren't strings attached. As we allege, a particular Turkish government official behind many of the benefits Adams sought and accepted gave Adams all these things to gain influence over him. We allege that Adams knew that and took the benefits anyway. We allege that when the Turkish government official needed him, Adams also took corrupt official action in exchange for some of the luxury travel benefits. In 2021, the Turkish government official was trying to open a brand new high-rise building in Manhattan that would house Turkey's consulate. There was significant time pressure because the Turkish official desperately needed the building to be open in time for a visit from Turkey's president. This building was important to the Turkish official, and it was important to Turkey. But the FDNY's fire safety professionals wouldn't let the building open because the building hadn't passed an inspection. And not just that. Some of the people at FDNY thought the building had so many issues and defects that the building was not safe to occupy. So the Turkish official sent word to Adams that it was, quote, his turn, unquote, to support Turkey. And as we allege, Adams delivered and pressured the fire department to let the building open. The FDNY professionals were convinced that they would lose their jobs if they didn't back down. And so they did. They got out of the way and...
Yo. All right, they got him. if they got, quote, it was his turn. If they got that in text or email, however they got them words, maybe a direct witness, they got him. They got him for sure. This is not the best look for Eric.
And let the building open. The Turkish official got what he wanted. And as we explained in the indictment, just 4 days after Adams held up his end of the bargain, he went right back to soliciting more travel benefits from the Turkish airline. Now, I want to make 3 things crystal clear. First, the conduct alleged in the indictment, the foreign money, the corporate money, the bribery, the years of concealment, is a grave breach of the public's trust. Public office is a privilege. We allege that Mayor Adams abused that privilege and broke the law. Laws that are designed to ensure that officials like him serve the people, not the highest bidder, not a foreign bidder, and certainly not a foreign power. These are bright red lines, and we allege that the mayor crossed them again and again for years. That is the only reason we are here today. Second, this investigation continues. We continue to dig. And we will hold more people accountable. And I encourage anyone with information to come forward and to do so before it is too late.
Everything they got on Eric Adams, they got, right? But my thing was this. They're doing all of this for a reason. There's not other public officials and mayors who don't, from time to time, have little things, right? May not specifically be this, but they all have little bits of dirt on them. Me personally, I don't even think you can get to this level unless people have things on you that they can use if ever they need it. Hence somebody feeling so comfortable to tell him it's your turn, right? If he was looking out for his friend, helped to open up a building a little bit sooner than it should have, taken a couple flights, things like that, all of those is wrong, and all of those can lead to major corruption, and he was definitely compromised. But why do you think this is happening right now? Think about the timing of everything going on right now. Why do you think this is happening right now? Simple. Because in my opinion, Eric Adams is a target because he was not going along with the Democratic agenda to get the reelected, either Biden reelected or to get Kamala Harris in office as president. As the mayor of New York City, he continued to stand out front and say, we have a major problem with these migrants. He was taking trips to South America to see what the problem is. I don't know if he thought he was bigger than the program and was trying to use his platform to elevate his name so that way on a national level he can run for president eventually. Maybe that's the type of posturing that he was doing that was really upsetting people. But I think they said, all right, you want to keep making noise about the migrants? And then they started targeting him. This is coming from the feds. This is a federal action, right? Now, the feds are saying he took these kickbacks and he did all these other things. Let's be realistic. 95% of these people that we vote for are crooked and have dirt and all type of things, from Nancy Pelosi all the way down, you name them. Mitch McConnell, whoever. But they targeted him specifically because he kept making noise about the migrants. Now, what does the migrants got to do with it? Kamala Harris was the border czar, or is the border czar, and Trump's biggest point that he's attacking her on is the fact that she did a horrible job with the border and has led to so many problems that we have in the country with the migrants currently. So if you are the person who's been shining a light on the Democratic team on the migrant issue, you're the person who's been shining the biggest light, you don't think they're gonna have a problem with you? You don't think they're gonna have somebody who says that's not a possibility? Because I think that's 100% what's going on right now. They're looking at the whole Eric Adams situation and saying, how can we put this fire out over here? And the easiest way to put this fire out over here is to dirty him up. 9/11 was just a few weeks ago, and all of a sudden he had COVID and he wasn't allowed. As the mayor of New York City, he didn't go to any of the 9/11 ceremonies that Biden and Trump and everybody else was at. The mayor of New York City, he had COVID at the time. That's what they told us. When he went down to DC, he got raided right when he was supposed to go speak to Biden and the White House about everything going on with the migrant issue. They raided him. The feds raided him at the same time he went down to DC. Coincidence? I think not. They won't even let this man keep a commissioner. He just hired a new police commissioner and they're raiding him and they're going through all of their phones. And this looks crazy. This looks crazy. And I understand exactly what his point is. Like, he made himself a target, and the Democratic Party is attacking him, and they're doing it using the feds and using the media, because nobody in the media is talking about why he's possibly a target from all of these investigations. So that's my opinion, and I stand so strong on it. I even called up to Hot 97 this morning, and I was arguing with Ebro and Rosenberg on the radio about it. Check this out.
I think they're being too hard on Eric Adams. We wanted to take your calls and see what you had to say. Bandana's your name. Welcome to the program.
Oh, man, thank you, bro. Thank you. So, yes, I wanted to just call in and just say, let me start off with saying two things could be true, right? Yes, Eric Adams is sleazy, he's greasy, and he's not trustworthy. But I also think what we have to factor in is that I don't think he went with the Democratic agenda and he was out there speaking about the migrants. If you notice, when Trump and Biden, everyone came to town, all of a sudden he had COVID. He couldn't attend none of the ceremonies that they had. I think a lot of it is about he was making too much noise with the migrant crisis, and they wanted to silence him a little bit, especially with everything going on with the elections right now, because it's not a good look for the Democratic Party. So, yes, he is greasy. He do a lot of things.
Bandana, let me understand. So your perception is that people want the migrant crisis to happen, and because he was trying to make sure that we handled it efficiently, that's bad? I don't understand what you're saying about the migrant crisis.
Okay, so now what I'm saying is the migrant crisis, they wanted him to stay hush on it right now because he was putting too much attention on it. And the Democratic Party, we understand that's their biggest glaring weakness right now.
Right.
So if you have someone who's the mayor of the biggest city in the country saying, hey, listen, we have a huge problem here and we can directly trace this, because that's one of Trump's biggest speaking points, is that she's the border czar and she should have been controlling all of this. When he went down, let's remember, when he went down there.
So now, Bandana, let me just say this, though. He was on record saying, and I quote, "The migrant crisis is specifically happening to black mayors in black cities. Those people are sending this to make black mayors look like they don't know what they're doing in LA, in Chicago, in Philly, and here in New York City." I saw him say that on the Breakfast Club. So he wasn't saying it the way I heard him say it out of his own mouth. It was not about protecting Democrats. It was 1,000% about it being racially motivated to make black mayors look like they didn't know what they were doing in managing their city.
Okay, I understand your point, but
no, that's not my point. That's literally that's what he said out of his own mouth, and y'all can go look at it at the Breakfast Club interview when he was up there with Olayemi Olorin, and she was grilling him about these things. He said,
but he also could have. It could be both in theory. He could say that and also be pinning it on making the White House look bad too.
Oh no, yeah, that's facts. That's facts for sure. Yes, for sure.
Now let me also offer a counterpoint. Let's remember when these raids first started happening was when he went down to DC.
Literally when he was on the train, he was on the way down there.
Exactly. So now they raid him at that time. Cool. Then they raid him again, and they're not allowing him to attend these 9/11 ceremonies and all that. I think he's on the outs with the party, and this is one of the things they're going to do. Let's be realistic. He took they're alleging that he took money to open up the Turkish consulate in the city and all of that. Understood. You think he's the only politician that's done some type of shady business?
I don't think you're
talking about that this morning.
I don't think you're wrong
this morning.
Bandana, I don't think you're wrong here. I think there is a chance. I don't know if it's specifically with the migrants. Thank you, bro. But like, I don't know if it's that, but the idea that, he's doing regular corrupt things that other people do, but he made enemies. Oh, that could definitely be on the table, bro. For sure.
And then I feel like he's saying that they're starting to investigate him only because he called out the problem. But I'm like, okay, yeah, they can investigate you. But if you're doing something wrong, then they're going to find it.
And also, you got to remember, I think most of them have a little bit of stench to them, and it's just a matter of if
I think we have to
going to uncover it.
Oh yeah, for sure. You make enemies, they're going to uncover it. I think also we have to stop acting like because corruption happens and some people don't get in trouble for it, that when you do it and you got in trouble for it, that somehow that's the incorrect thing.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
That's the.
Thank you, Bandana.
Thank you, I think that's the problem, right? Is the fact that if there was, as Laura pointed out, if there was nothing to be found, there wouldn't be a problem.
But to his point, could it be more than that? For sure.
1,000%.
I'll put it this way. There are obviously people who don't like him.
Right.
This is Eric Adams speaking a month ago to the news. And listen to what he says about the migrants, because he's always talking about it. This is just a month ago.
I can't stop buses coming in. Federal law doesn't allow me to do that. City law tells me I have to feed 3 meals a day, house them, educate 40,000 children. City law also states that I cannot have them removed when they commit a crime. I can't break the law to fulfill the law. We need to look at these laws that have stated,
which is being held up in court, right? So where are we at with the right to shelter? That law is being held up in court right now. So where are we at with that?
Well, we have been able to, based on what the judge's ruling, we've been able to put in place a 30-day rule, which has never been put in place before. We treat migrants different from longstanding New Yorkers.
He said, I can't stop the buses from coming in. That's federal.
I cannot have them removed when they commit a crime. I can't. Federal law doesn't allow me to do that. City law, because it invested $26 billion. No other administration has done that before. I can't stop buses coming in. Federal law doesn't allow me to do that.
There you go. He said he can't stop it on the buses from coming into the city. That's a federal thing. Who's in charge of the federal level? The president. Where's the charges coming from? The feds. He was making too much noise about the migrant issue. And now, because he decided to keep shining the light on that migrant issue, they're going to destroy his credibility. They're going to destroy his name. And then they're going to have it where the next person who dares to try to step out of line, they're going to remind them, you want to be the next Eric Adams? And that's how it works. Two things can be true, people. Eric Adams is greasy and he's not the ideal candidate that you want for mayor of the city. But at the same time, let's realize the reason why this is happening to him right now is because he did not stay in line and toe the party line. That's just a simple matter of what it is. If you think differently, get in the comments below. I will engage and let's just talk about it. It's food for thought though, man. Y'all do the dishes. Let me know what's up.